Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today we're going to go through some comments and some questions that you guys have been leaving on the channel. It's amazing that there's so much support, and guys, we are over 3,000 subscribers. I appreciate every one of you. It's the comment warriors. You guys are blowing up the channel because you're conveying to YouTube that this thing is meaningful, that we're talking about important stuff that people will want to see. And so I appreciate all of your comments, and this type of content here that we're going to do today is me trying to show you that, not just to say, you know, I care about what you guys have to ask because it drives content, but also because this is a community and I'm excited about this game. I know that it changed my life and I think it can change yours. So I want to address as many questions and comments as I can so that we can hopefully grow in knowledge together and all succeed together. Okay, let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, my name is Dwayne Cunningham and I go by Infidel1258. We do daily content on Splinterlands, usually gameplay footage, but also analysis of where the meta is going, what sort of developer notes come out, and a lot more, because there's so much to maximizing your returns with this game, and I want to help educate around that. So that's what we're about. If that sounds interesting, like and subscribe. Okay. So Darren Lee says, bronze season was such a chore. There were so many legendaries, Kitty, Llama, Kron, being thrown against me at bronze. It took me a while to finally climb out, and guess at the end of the day, we still need strategies once the abilities are gone. So he's referring to my most recent this morning video for bronze ranked battle. And I'm going to do more of those because I am my silver league account, which is DE Cunningham, falls back into bronze at the beginning of the season. So we're probably going to do, you know, 4 or 5 days of bronze battling, and then we're going to do the rest of the season at silver. And I'll continue to categorize those so you guys can see the different tiers that you're interested in. I've got silver, I've got diamond, I've got gold, I've got some champion, I've got some combo videos, and now we're going to add some bronze content, okay? Yeah, and I agree, Darren. Especially at the beginning of the season, it can be a real chore because you get some of the teams that have high level silver decks, which means they have some summoners that are level 4, they have some legendaries that are level 2, and they come in and they just crush you. They just roll you at the bronze level. Bronze 3, if you've got, it's possible to play and earn rewards with this game with no cards at all. Just literally $10 spellbook. And then you come up against a guy who's got a silver level deck at the beginning of the season, and they are way out of your league. But you still have to face them because the system reboots their rank position at the beginning of every season. Just part of the 2-week season thing that they do. If they ever went longer, we would probably see less of this. But if they went longer, there'd be less constant influx of new reward cards. So I hope they don't go longer seasons. In fact, I hope they go shorter to like 1 week so we'd see more reward cards being circulated. Oh, and you know what, Darren? I like to send out some rewards here and there, guys. I don't have a lot of DAC right now. We're going to try and send something out here. You know what we'll do? Send out some SPS. I do have a lot of SPS. So we'll log into Dwayne. We're going to send out 10 SPS. It's $2. Transfer 10 SPS to player. Transfer out. And we'll go for about a half an hour, or let's say, yeah, let's go for about a half an hour. So that's 10 SPS. Thanks, Darren, for the comment. Appreciate you. Remove my comments. Here we go. Dong Dang says, check out Block Monsters as well. Looks really good. Gotta love P2E. Is Block Monsters a different video game? I've never heard of it. Block Monsters. Peer-to-peer marketplace. You can buy, sell, and trade NFTs and other rare digital collectibles. Interesting. So it's another trading platform. Interesting. Okay, Noobs Gaming says, heck yeah, man, been waiting for your video. Thanks, brother. Yeah, this morning, I'm trying to schedule something every morning I'm trying to get ahead of some videos and put them out, and then I'll just schedule them when I know I'm going to be unable to record. And actually, this video I'm recording on September 17th at 1:30. I'm going to launch it tomorrow morning, Saturday, September 18th, because I just want to have that steady content creation, because that's part of how YouTube understands, you know, the consistency is important. Appreciate your support, noobs. Game Greatness Gaming. Game Greatness, I like that. There's a, I don't know if you guys, I don't know how much of you guys have any sort of background of religious studies, but the idea of aiming accurately is actually a very interesting and like philosophically deep idea. So your name is just striking a chord with me, because it's like aim at greatness is like a goal that we all really should have, but we even if we say that we like, oh yeah, we want to be better, we want to try and get, you know, improve and grow, sometimes our words are different than what our actions are. And I love the idea of living by a philosophy of this, like, of seeking after growth, because growth, it sounds like something you want, but it's actually kind of scary if you're honest with yourself. Growing means challenging yourself, risking loss, risking defeat, risking embarrassment, risking rejection. But through that type of process, you get stronger. I don't know if you guys listen to Jordan Peterson, but I love him. I find him to be a powerful speaker, and he talks on important issues such as aiming at greatness. Thanks, Ben. This is a nice tip for beginners. I'm not sure what tip you mean. Maybe it's just I talked about how having a bronze level account is going to give you inexpensive rewards, because you buy a $10 spell book and you're going to get five loot chests every season, and one every day, which is 20 loot chests or $16 US per season worth of average value for a $10 starter pack. So yeah, this game rewards you, man. This game rewards you for your time and your attention. If you're willing to commit that time and attention, it will give you some rewards. And greatness. Damn. There you go, buddy. Comments. I think it's also because in bronze people are in learning mode. So in the video I talked about how bronze is such a crapshoot. Like, you get stuck with somebody who's like extremely, like somebody said earlier, you go up against a cron or a llama or, you know, a kitty or whatever, and it's like you get rolled. But then so often it's actually not that. It's like everybody has a level 1 deck. And then it's difficult to counter your enemy if they have no discernible preference. Let me say that again. It's difficult to counter your enemy if they have no discernible preference. If you look at your enemy's 5 previous battles, and each of them they show level 1 summoner, level 1 monster across the board, and the rule set is often no rule set at all, then there's going to really be no way to logically interpret what your enemy might do. And one of the best things about this game at a high level is that good players understand how to read their enemy. And you look at the 5 previous battles, you can see you can discern things like, which splinters do they really love playing? Given the rule set, which splinter are they most likely to play? Which monsters do they love playing? Are any of those monsters excluded because certain splinters are excluded, or for that matter because certain tier rarity are excluded, like legendaries are excluded this match, so he can't play the Lord of Darkness, for instance? All of that thinking happens at a high level, and it doesn't happen at a bronze level because your deck is just basics, ones across the board, and you might play Alaric, or you might play Bortus, or you might play Pyre, or and it's like everything is equally likely, it seems. So it can be quite frustrating to try and thoughtfully counter your enemy. Interesting. Yeah, totally agree. Thanks, Rick. Lucky Gamer, in bronze, it's not about trolling. I think people just want to complete their daily quest and hope their decks will help in some way, in some magical way. As a bronze silver player, the only thing that throws me off is when they use ranged monsters in first position. Yeah, I think I kind of misspoke in that video. He's referencing me. I said it's sometimes it feels like the opponent is trying like a totally illogical thing. Really, I kind of hammered. I properly explained my point a little bit further in the video when I talk about the issue of. I talk about like poker. When you play poker for money, you play for a lot of money. It's very easy to read people because they take that money seriously, and they're going to make predictable decisions. But when you play in a league that's free to play, what ends up happening is that people will kind of go all in when maybe they shouldn't. And so I find people will try different plays at bronze that they wouldn't at higher levels. And it's not even so much that they're trying different things. It's that, it's like I was saying, I can't predict what they're going to do. And that can be frustrating to me. Thanks, Lucky. Did you leave I know you're always in here, but I don't remember your name. And you didn't leave it here. If I see you leaving me a comment later with your account name, I'll throw you in 10 SBS too. Monsieur Caruso says, hey, thanks for doing these videos about those Bronze League battles. I so much agree. Just yesterday, I created a second account. Yeah, that's a great way to maximize your returns. Plan was to rock Bronze League because I'm a seasoned Splinterlands veteran, but boy, do I... Yeah, man, they, stay... I definitely agree. Even experienced players can struggle at these low levels because of the difficulty predicting your enemy. That's what it is. Thanks, Monsieur. Tim Brugman, hey Dwayne, love your channel. I'm watching your videos every day. Last season I rented a gold team for 3,700 DC. Is that right? So let me think about that. 3,700 DC, and you're probably making maybe 20 DC a win, 15 DC a win in the beginning of the league. So you're getting like 1,500, 150, 300 DC a day. Something like, so you probably paid more DC than you returned back. Let's see what you're going to say. And actually managed to finish the season in Gold 1. Okay. I had a lot of fun playing in Gold for the first time, but the amount of DC I needed for renting cards were not covered at all. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. In Gold, I've got between 5 to 7 DC per win. Okay. That's probably at the later end of the season because at the beginning it's higher. I also struggled to finish daily quests because I really only had one good team. That's true, hey? If you guys are listening to this explanation of his experience, take it as evidence that you are going to have more fun and more rewards after you take into consider your expenses, right? Because your expenses are taking away from how much you get from this game. So when you take into consideration the expenses, you're going to be more happy at lower levels. Silver or bronze are going to give you rewards that you're not going to have to pay anything for. Silver, you have to pay. You have to rent some cards. Bronze, you don't have to rent anything. So what else do you say here? So I got 5 to 7. I had a hard time finishing daily quests, and I really only had one good team. Yeah. Now I noticed that DC awards are a lot better in the beginning of the season. Yeah, exactly. But I'm really struggling to win in the beginning. Yeah, good point. So yes, it is harder to win at the beginning because of that bottleneck of talent. But so my conclusion is that at the moment, renting it for gold or high silver is not cost effective. I'm inclined to agree, mostly because the power needed is to reach that level. PS loot chest value is 57 cents dollar at the moment. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Splinter cards. Let's see. Tools. Loot chest value. 57 cents. Wow. The value of every loot chest fluctuates fairly dramatically. And this is, if you don't know, this is calculated based on the drop rates for all the available cards that could come out of that loot chest, as well as any of the other rewards like potions or eventually packs, that will all change the values, the average values of each loot chest. So 57 cents. Wow, it was 80 cents 2 days ago. Where are we? Comments. I'm gonna reply to Tim. Tim replied in my video. I think I agree with your synopsis. Oh, returns for renting in gold. Yeah, I think I agree. In fact, silver is tough to rent in right now, but bronze, if you just wanted to get bronze level 2, you only need 1,000 power. Let's see. Look at this. First of all, novice pays you nothing at all. No rewards, no daily rewards, nothing. If you buy a $10 loot chest or a $10 spell book and you go, you can achieve anything at that point, but you need cards also. Once you just buy the $10 spell book, you're going to get access to all the starter cards. They're all level 1. You're going to be able to win this easily. I promise you that. If you know how to click mouse buttons, even randomly, you'd be able to win 4 matches. So this is a lock. You can get 5 loot chests, 57 cents each, as per today's price. You know, that's worth $253 roughly. Plus, daily loot chests are going to be attainable at this level because everyone's got crappy cards. So you're going to be able to muster those 5 daily wins. And so you can count on another 10 to 15 daily loot chests, which is another 15 or 5 to 7 US dollars. So in the first season, a spellbook should pay for itself. But look, it only costs 1,000 power to get the bronze 2, and it's very easy to get. That's like a couple cards. So you could rent 1 card for like probably 10 DC. Let's see. I'm going to tell you right now. And these rental prices are going to change all the time, but I think you could probably rent 1,000 power for not much at all. Let's see. The Alamo Cambio. I'm gonna look for the card with the most number of cards on the market. Look at this one. Pyromancer has Kretch Televor has 3,800 copies of itself on the market here. So I'm trying to find. Look at this, level 3 Kretch for 9 DC a day, 10 DC a day, level 3. So what's a level 3 Kretch worth? I wish the power meter was here. Peak Monsters, if you're listening, the power meter should also be here. I know you put it in the buy market. Kretch. So level 2, look at a level 3 is worth 2,000 collection power. So right there I showed you, and that was really quick. What was that, 1 minute? I found one monster, a summoner rather, that maybe you'd want to have to help climb out of bronze anyways, because having a dragon option is always good because it gives you diversity. And this would be 2,000 collection power for 9.8 DC a day, or 15 DC no, hang on, 150 DC a season. Now maybe you don't have that to spare. That is that's another $1 every season. But the point is, you could you could pretty easily get 1,000 power, and that's going to give you 2 more loot chests, and maybe that's worth it. Or maybe you just stay here and then you earn a few free cards after some play, and then that's going to give you the power that you suddenly going to start doing 7, and then you're going to climb into 5,000 and you're going to get 9. That's a pretty big difference. 9 loot chests from 5. All of these levels are going to give you 1 daily loot chest. Silver starts going 2 loot chests, 3 loot chests, 4 per day. Those are your daily quest rewards. So things escalate quickly once you get into silver, gold. And that's probably why the rental cards for the gold level are so in demand, because people want those increased rewards. Okay, did you leave your name? Remember, Tim, leave your in-game name, brother. That's a great comment. Thanks, man. Learner's Mind is the account. Do you have a guild you run or not yet? I do, Jacob. I have a guild I run. It's called TNA, for Time and Attention. And we have 1 current spot available, but we haven't chosen who we want to go with on that yet. And We haven't even really talked much about it. We've all been like, so I'm busy with the channel. Those guys are busy getting their decks together. We're getting to know each other still. We will add more, and we will grow the team. Let's see. Let's see here. Where is it? Okay, yeah, that's why. SPS. That was a small comment, and all you did was just ask. So you're just getting 5 SPS, brother. All you did was ask, can I join your guild? If you guys throw me big comments, it's helpful to me, right? So I'd like to reward you guys. Okay, Athleus significance. Athleus, what does that mean? Delegations to another account used to be cooldown free. Now it has cooldown. If you want to stop the delegation, I wonder if this applies to you too. Delegations to another account used to be free. Now it has cooldown. If you want to stop the delegation. I don't really know. I wonder if this applies to you too. As I understand it, and I could be wrong, when you delegate a card and it's played by John Doe, I can receive it back and play with that card. I might be mistaken about that, but I believe that's the way it currently is. If somebody knows better than me, leave it in the comments below, because we want to give correct information here. Thanks, Athleus. Hi, thanks for making these videos, says, I guess, Zaints71. Thanks for making these videos. I'm learning a lot. What are some of the must-have cards for bronze? Okay. Yeah, I'll give you... Let's see. I will give you 2 that come to mind. I'll send you some SPS here. Transfer 5. Full layer. Zaints. Transfer out. Go. Okay, so what are some of the must-have cards for bronze? As far as I'm concerned, the most impactful card you can get, and it's not cheap, sadly, but sometimes it is this Furious Chicken. It's surprisingly important, despite its minimal abilities. The fact that it's 0 mana cost just makes it so widely appropriate, widely applicable. You can put it in so many times. You don't have, especially in bronze, you get low mana matches. There's a 16 mana cap, a 20 mana cap. You put in 3 or 4 monsters and you've got 2 spaces left over, 3 spaces left over. This just goes in there and it ends up being that meat shield. And especially at level 1, it doesn't have any attack. So your enemy, the game will treat it like it's a caster, like it's a magic or an archery caster. And that's important because it's going to trigger attacks from snipers. It's going to, if you put it in the right spot, it's going to trigger attacks from opportunity monsters. Again, if you put it in the right spot. And so it ends up giving your important damage dealing monsters another turn to live. In some cases, 2 more turns to live, depending on if you play it with, for instance, the dragon summoner that adds armor to every unit, Drake something, or if you put the chicken with Lorna Shine, which gives Holy Shield to every monster. So then the chicken takes 2 hits to kill. What an annoyance to your enemy. And it can turn the entire battle. And it's not cheap. But if you could buy 1 of these guys, just 1, what is it worth? $28. Ouch. That's crazy. So yeah, I own it. I wouldn't advocate you buy it for that much money. How much is a rental? There's a ton of them here. Yesterday I rented one for 5 DEC. And I keep seeing ones in here at level 1. Level 1. 9 DEC. I wouldn't do it for 9 DEC. If it was 5 DEC or less, I would do it. And you can check the higher level ones. Maybe you'll get lucky and somebody will be giving it away. higher level. But if under 5 DEC, I'd rent it, and I'd never stop renting it. Level 3 for 15. Yeah, so that's the first card. And the next card I would say to you is, what's one more? Oh, you know what you need? A bronze. You need to have an Almo Cambio. Why? Because the Almo has immunity at level 1, and that's super important for poison level matches. There's pretty much only one card that can beat you if you put this Almo Cambio on your team in a match where there is poison. Almo Cambio won't be affected by the poison, and he can just out survive all of your enemies. But a Haunted Spirit, if it's played, if your enemy puts a Haunted Spirit on the front, and if you don't kill that thing, it will kill you, because it's going to heal itself 2 every turn, and it'll survive through the poisoning, and it'll slowly chip damage you till you're dead. So this is a card that wins during poison every time, unless your enemy throws a Haunted Spirit at you from the Death Splinter. And that's my other card for that you need to have. And what's that go for? Level 1, 2.82, like under 3 DC a day. So there you go. And this card would be worth probably 1,500 or 1,000 or something. What's the power rating on this thing? Almo. 1 Almo gives 1,000 power. Remember we said earlier 1,000 power puts you into gold and bronze 2. So you could rent this guy for 3 DC a day, and you're going to be in bronze 2, and you're going to get 7 rewards every day, every season. So that's another $1 to $1.25 in rewards for the equivalent cost of 3 DC a day times 15 in a season, 45 DC, which is like roughly 25 cents. So that's a good math, right? You can understand the reward that you're going to gain from having the card and the expense you're going to pay for renting it, and the math works out. So there you go. Where were we? Comments. How are we doing? We're already at 23 minutes. We'll do a few more. Guys, I don't know if you see these out here. I delete them as fast as I can, but it looks to me like it's like some kind of scam. If you clicked on that hyperlink, I bet it would be bad things for your computer, so beware. That crap. Anyways, I'm sure it'll update later. Okay, I don't know how to read your name. Cards are losing value compared to last month. Can you make a video on that? All I would say to you is that a lot of my videos are about that general topic, because I'm always talking about how to find good value in this game and how to add cards to your deck that are going to be affordably priced, including a video I've got coming out I think it's scheduled for tonight. So we've got one called 4 Tips How to Build a Starter Deck, coming out tonight at 5:30 p.m. In this video, you're going to hear me talk about the prices of reward cards, how to identify which cards are cheap, which cards how you can separate their value from their price. And that's really important to me. It's one of my, the drums I keep beating, because it's so important to understand. I come at this place from like an self-taught economics student background, and that means I understand things like inflation and deflation. I understand quantitative easing and what that does for inflation in prices. And when you look at assets that are minimal and limited in issuance, such as monster cards, or for that matter gold bullion or silver bullion, these things only have so many, there's only a finite amount of it. And then you compare that to fiat currency, which is like massively being inflated every day. All of that just brings me back to that core phrase that the price of something isn't consistent, isn't the exact same thing as the value of the thing. The value is what you get, but the price is what you pay. And if you understand that, then you're going to understand that looking at the prices on the peak monsters is largely irrelevant. The prices, but looking at understanding the value is deeply important. And so that's a conversation more than a statement, because there's tangents like, what do you need to succeed in this game? Do you need a tank? Do you need a summoner? Do you have a lot of money? Do you have a little bit of money? Do you already have a good deck, but you want to make it a great deck? Or do you have no deck and you want to get started? All of those different unique particulars to your story are going to affect what it means that these prices are low. Like, because he's right, 14 cents for this card, 15, 15, 15, 16, 16. Like, this card was 25, 30 cents on Monday. So were a lot of the new reward cards. At these prices, I say this in the video that we just mentioned, and you really should watch it because it's full of stuff for how you can understand this issue more broadly. But these prices could keep going down for weeks because the issuance of these cards is still quite minimal. If you come over to the Splinter Stats reward cards data, you can see that they're still, on average, they're all under 2% of issuance. So we're gonna be watching all of these new 21 reward cards be issued for probably the next 30 to 50 weeks. They're going to be printed and given away. And so the saturation on the on the Splinterlands marketplace or the Peak Monsters marketplace will continue to grow, probably, question mark. If it does though, if it grows, then the prices will likely fall. So does that mean that the card got worse? Short answer, no, it doesn't. And so you and me, if we like this game and we want to build value and grow and climb further, farther, faster, and just generally improve what we're getting out of this game, we need to be identifying, let's forget about the price. Is the card helpful? Do I need a copy? If I want a copy, let's start buying copies as the price, drips lower. Big. Only 81 DC for that? Are you kidding me? I really like the Heatsmith. Really like the Pellicor Bandit too. 17 cents? For sure, I like the Pellicor Bandit. Now this thing could fall to 10 cents or even, who knows, it could fall a lot. But I don't care. I would buy more and more and more of it. This thing is just as powerful as the Saber Shark, and that thing is worth a ton of money. So watch that other video if you want to know more on that question. Comments. This will be the last one, wherever it is. Noda says, you just hit my problem. What my problem is, grinding through bronze 3 and it's very random. Yeah. Hoping I get up to silver this season, but I'm not sure. Noda, stay patient, buddy. The rewards for silver, yes, they're higher, but they're not so much higher. And bronze is really easy to grind it and to accumulate those daily and season rewards. Yes, it can be annoying. Yes, it can be frustrating. But if you want to maximize your returns, having those bronze level accounts and avoiding a lot of expensive rentals can be a really excellent way to stack value for yourself. If you have to, like, remember what Buddy up here said. First of all, did you leave your name? No. Noda, leave your account name next time, Noda. Where was Buddy? Remember what Tim said. He spent 3,700 DC and he made it to gold. That's great, but he spent way more than he got back. And so are you just going to sink money into this thing, chasing after higher and higher ranks? Silver, you say this time you want silver. What if once you get there, you're going to say, oh, wouldn't it be nice to make it to gold? Then you're just you're throwing money down the drain, trying to get more and more, I don't know, prestige or whatever. Because really, if you're trying to get rewards, they're available for you at bronze level 3 for nothing more than a spell book. And if you got $10 burning a hole in your pocket, buy a second account. And then wait for Chaos Legion packs to come out, because that'll be an interesting and exciting opportunity to buy some packs that are going to give some airdrops. They're going to reward you in a whole other way. And then the SPS points that come from that, right? So That's my 2 cents on that, guys. I appreciate all these comments. Thank you for those of you guys who are always in here. I see you guys, and Lucky, I definitely recognize you, man, but I don't remember which your in-game name is. So sorry about that, brother. Guys, that's going to be it for me for today, and this one will be posted September 18th, Saturday. Thanks for your time and attention. Have an amazing day. God bless.